Welcome for tuning in to DM Podcast episode 29. It's a brilliant podcast, this one. It's short and sweet, about 30 minutes. And we're talking about hackneys, how it compares to private hire. Is a hackney trade dying? We talk about Uber Eats, Amazon Flex, and we just talk about just general chit-chat about the Uber and taxis. It's a really good podcast, this one. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Listen or watch, depending on what you're actually currently viewing it on. And obviously do us a favour, give us a little like and a follow and a comment on whatever you're watching on, because it does really help. And check out drivermatty.com, all things Driver Matty. But as an example, if you're listening on Spotify, just make sure you follow Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a subscribe there, or on TikTok, give us a follow there. Much appreciated. We're trying to grow the podcast as much as possible, and obviously use a massive help with that by just watching, listening and interacting. Thanks guys, enjoy the podcast. Mark has actually... What time did you wake up?
I didn't go to bed.
Why did you put Uber on at 4 o'clock in the morning, mate?
Because I left my house about 1 o'clock, took someone across to Manchester, got back at 4, worked through to got home about 7:30.
That's crazy, mate. So you had the restrictions yesterday?
Yeah. I
won't go to
bed now till tonight.
Are you going to go out to an Uber after this?
Yes. Yes. I'm going to go out, and then I've got to take my wife to work for about, I think she starts at 4:15, so I'm going to take her about 3:30. So, time's it now? I only do about 2 or 3 hours.
You're honourable, you lad. You're
I need to go out and wash the car and all, so I go out, put the Uber app on.
If I was you, mate, I'd be getting my PJs on, right? Curling up on the flipping sofa and playing the PS or watching the telly, mate. There's got to be a sort of film or a TV show that you can get into other than work, lad. You love it, though, don't you?
My wife wants to watch stuff.
Oh, because a lot of the stuff you watch together.
Yeah.
No, I've got stuff that I watch that the wife doesn't like. Like I like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Brassic, those type of TV shows that she's not into. Or I'll watch a heavy action where I know she won't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a really good classic, like Lethal Weapon or Die Hard or something like that. I'll just stick Die Hard on for the 90th time. I love it. The only bad thing is I used to sit there and snack. I can't snack now because I'm on a calorie deficit because it's January, which I'm hating at the moment. And I'm just going for the comments dead quickie. The City of London Hackney drivers do a great job at the NHS children's hospitals from different parts of the UK. They take the kids to Euro Disney, a fleet of 100 London black cabs with emergency services. Yeah, it's brilliant, that, mate. Like I said, I see a Hackney, especially like in London, and I have the same feeling like I would see like a yellow cab in New York. It's just like, oh, look at that. It's like, oh. And I know as well, the amount of crap that they went through to get that plate is unbelievable. So, yeah. 61 years of age now, even more grumpy. There's definitely work for hacks, more of a night shift, isn't it? Especially the weekend. I would say, mate, yeah. I would say. Yeah, I think it's got to be that, isn't it, really? A hackney. You work weekends, football, nights, when you can't get an Uber and stuff. I can't see a hackney 10 a.m. at a rank in town or something, or at a shop. Because, like, the amount of times I've been to, like, the Ike Nasda, and the hackneys are, like, circled round the car park. And in the middle of the hackneys, they're all out the car, aren't they? Yeah. Smoking, having a gab, chatting, which is obviously great socially. I love that aspect of it. But you know what I mean? They could be waiting maybe 45 minutes there, couldn't he? For a £4 going down the road, or a £5 going down the road, dropping someone off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hope you can make enough to do daily lives. They are boss boys, but obviously not financially viable. Hope one day it'll be. Thanks, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get paid hardly anything for them, and these don't get paid at all. These just help me out. Yeah, so yeah, I think Mick's getting distracted. Look at his focus on his face.
Well, I think you've answered that incorrectly. I think he's talking about the hackneys, and you've answered it. I think he's talking about the hackneys, and you're talking about us getting paid on podcast and whatnot.
No, Vicky's put 100%. I hope you can make enough to do daily lives. They are boss boys. Like the daily lives of this, I think he meant.
I thought
But
he was
obviously, it's
talking
not
about
financially
that.
viable. Hope one day it will be. No, he's on about the lives, mate. Yeah, what's it called? So at the moment, I get bits off it. Obviously, with them advertising everything else, and he's just doing it out of the goodwill, and also they enjoy doing it. And that's it, really. So financially, it doesn't really pay. But obviously, we're building the podcast, and hopefully, we're going to start. If it starts growing big and stuff, I'll rent like a little studio in Manchester, and we could go down and do a couple of episodes there and stuff. Yeah, that answered it right. Thanks, Dickie. It's just ignore me. We got confused, Mick. Now he's kind of veered off a little bit. Now we got confused, Mick.
Oh, it's because the comments above, I think, talking about Hackneys, and then I've still got my mind on Hackneys.
Yeah.
It's done
Yeah, I know what it is. Oh yeah, Vicky's got a question for Mark. Mark, how is your new car, lad, and how you find it compared to the Merc?
It's not the Merc, is it? But I like it. It's cheaper to run. Not had any problems with size yet. Mind you, I've not had 4 strapping blokes in it yet. We 7 bags. I don't think I'll be able to fit them bad boys in. But
How's the luggage space been compared to Merc?
all right.
Have you noticed the difference? A little bit less.
Yeah, it is less. Don't get me wrong. The boot space were massive in the Merc, but I went down to Heathrow in it last week. I've done 2 runs of Heathrow, 3. Yeah, it's all right.
What are you hitting mile per gallon?
Last time I looked, we're about 67.
67?
Yeah.
And it's petrol in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Petrol?
flipping heck, mate. That's
Hybrid,
brilliant, that.
Yeah, petrol hybrid, yeah.
Oh, hybrid. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, it's a petrol, electric, petrol hybrid, isn't it? The
Yeah,
Corollas.
yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, that, isn't it? Yeah, so it makes sense to get rid of it. If you're not doing exec work, it makes sense.
No,
Do you know what I mean? I remember I had a Corolla on a settle a few years ago, and I thought it was dead nice. I just think, because obviously I'm tall, and I lounge back a bit, I had people moaning, getting behind me, in the car.
Yeah.
What's up? You got to go?
No, I'm just going to get myself a drink. Is that right? We're not filming, are we?
Yeah, we're still filming, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Still go and get yourself a drink, though. Don't let
Oh.
that
Go get a drink if you want. Yeah, we're still filming. This is the second podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Mate, I love Sleepy Mark, Sleepy Mark's the best Mark, isn't he? He doesn't
Let me
even know
shout
what
my
day it
missus
is.
then. Let me shout my missus.
Yeah, go on, mate.
I
I
need a
told you
coffee.
about 3 times today. The plan, didn't we? Oh, he's funny, Yeah, cracks me up. But yeah, I had a Corolla. I was splitting thirds. Oh, no. I don't want it too much. But yeah, I had a Corolla back in the day, and it was brilliant. But I found, because obviously I'm 6'5", I found that the seat all the way back, the customers used to moan at me getting in the back of the car, you see. That's what I found with the Corolla. So you haven't had that, Mark, have you? But do you sit quite close to your seat then? Because obviously you're only short.
What you saying I'm small?
Yeah.
No, Mark, you are tiny, aren't you? I reckon my 11-year-old daughter's taller than you.
I'm 5'7.5".
It's tiny.
No, I've had someone sit in front that was 6'2", 6'3", pushed back, and they got behind it. So there's plenty of leg room.
Yeah.
The leg room's all right. Do you know what? It's the width.
Oh, okay. So quite thin.
Yeah, it's quite thin. But
You said, though, like you said, you're saving on the tax, you're saving on the fuel. Do you know what I mean? And like you say, it does what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? But listen, we had a bit of a mad one. You need sleep, Mark, Vicky's book. It is true, by the way. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you like and all that jazz, and come over to YouTube. We are not manning the comments on TikTok, so come over and have a chat with us. Gonna stay on for probably another half an hour or so. But yeah, what you call it? What I wanted to ask you is, and it was a bit of an awkward one, was, do you or would you charge waiting time at the airport if it weren't the customer's fault that you had to wait? I had a job and he landed at 9:30 in the morning, and he ended up getting in my car at 1 p.m. and I was at the airport since 10 a.m., half an hour after they landed, because that's the procedure, innit? You get there half an hour after they land, and normally they're out straight away, or a little bit later. So I was at the airport for 3 hours waiting for this customer. Now, fair play. I did joke about and lay it on thick, saying, look, when I get home, I hope the kids can recognise me, and blah, blah, blah. And made loads of little jokes and laid it on thick a bit. And he gave me a little tip, which is happy days. But I know a lad on the chauffeurs, and he had a similar job, waited a similar time, and he didn't get a tip. He didn't get a thank you. He just picked them up, got them, took them home, and didn't even get a thank you. Just got out the car after waiting at the airport for nearly 4 hours for them. So, what I want to ask you guys, in that situation, I'll go for Mark. In that situation, what would you have done? And would you have charged him any extra, or just hope for the tip, or what?
If it wasn't their fault, then
like in this scenario that I was in, it was the weather and the airport, and he kept them on the plane for 2.5 hours, stuff like that.
Right. The problem I've got, like me personally, I wouldn't. Right. But the problem that I've got is the firm that I get the jobs off.
Yeah.
They stipulate if you're hour and a half, they would say charged. It's written in. The customer is aware of it.
Oh, so after hour and a half of them landing, touching down.
But the bloke who owns the firm says it's up to you, up to me. But we have a lot of regular customers. So say, I don't know, I pick Bob up on a Monday and someone were picking Bob up on the Friday. I didn't charge him waiting time, but the other driver did on the Friday. He will probably go mad, won't he? So the company says after hour and a half, there is a waiting time charge.
So have you charged this week any waiting time at the airport?
No, I've never ever charged. If it's their fault, then I have.
Oh, if they come out with a Mackey's and a coffee, wait 2 hours, mate. What are you doing shopping?
Yeah,
I get that.
But
I get that.
I did a job on Tuesday. I had to pick up an extra 50 quid because he was flying in the day before, but didn't let us know his flight had been cancelled. So the driver had gone to the airport, and which it's a bit of a grey area because by rights the driver should have been tracking him, but in his defence, it didn't go live on Flight Radar because of the weather. So he's gone there.
Yeah,
he's got there for when 10 o'clock, and then the bloke rang him at 10:30. So we've not took off. It's been cancelled till tomorrow. So I did the journey the next day, but then I had to get an extra 50 quid off that passenger, which he was fine. He was happy to pay, but yeah,
that's an hard one. How about yourself, Mick?
I don't personally, but as a person, obviously, who's in the same position as what Mark said, because I said to you, the job was for me, wasn't it, Matty? Who you done it for?
Yeah.
I said to you, anything after 90 minutes, you're in your own right to charge, and that's exactly the way we work. The same way you've mentioned, Mark, is 90 minutes after you get a free 90 minutes allowance in the price that was given. Anything after that, it's down to the driver's discretion whether they charge it or not.
Yeah, but like I said, what was quite where he could counter argue is they landed at 9:30 on the correct time, right? But then he left on the plane for 2 hours.
Yeah,
that's tricky,
so
isn't it?
The customer's going to go, well, we landed at 9:30. I know you're saying it's hour and a half. But when does that hour and a half start? When we got off the plane, or when do we land?
From landing time, because you've got a flight number for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
Just think you might have another pickup 3 hours later, 4 hours later. Do you know what I mean? You waited 2.5 hours, so I don't know how much your airport fees are. Say, I don't know, say 100.
We like you say, you should ideally you've scheduled that 9:30 land. You're expecting to be free and available again at 11:30, aren't you?
So we've all spoken, haven't we?
Yeah.
The
only thing I was lucky for is I didn't have a follow-on job or nothing. It was my last job of the morning. I was more gutted that I had to miss my dinner. I wanted to get home for dinner, and the fact that I didn't get home for
You
dinner
could,
really
you could
ruined
have had one.
ruined my little
You
plan,
could have had a
because then it
1 o'clock
was too
job.
late to have my dinner before my tea, and my mind went flipping crazy.
This is the thing. So even if you did charge Matty, and like Mark says, we have regulars just the same, and they tried to go again on another business trip or whatever it may be, another holiday in a month's time or whatever, and they don't get charged by another driver, and they ring up and say, "How come I was charged here and charged there?"
Yeah.
I just explain it. Look, it's down to the driver's discretion. At the end of the day, if that lad's had another job and had to give it away, he's going to charge it, isn't he? Whereas this other lad who hasn't charged yet mightn't have another job and he's happy to wait for you. The drivers are self-employed.
It's just awkward, isn't it? Do you know
It
what I
is
mean?
awkward.
Like these were dead happy. They give me, what was the job, 65, and they give me 90. So they give me 25 quid off their own back, never asked for it. And then they left a good review for the company, didn't he? And said that they were going to use it again, Mick, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, a couple of hours out of my way, and I boosted them up, and obviously I got a little tip. So it could have
Don't
went
get
the other way, but like I say, you got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? Do you know what I
don't
mean?
get me
And
wrong. I don't.
would I have done something different if it was someone else and not mixed company? I don't know. But at the time, it was like, oh, I'll get them home, innit? I had nothing else to do. I just wanted to get home for my dinner, really. So it weren't
Yeah,
like,
I don't charge personally myself, and I'll be honest, I do the exact same as you. Like, I don't think I've had to give a job away or whatever. Hope for a little something, even if it's just a tenner extra.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just a little bit, or even just a big thank you. I can't believe you
Yeah,
waited and all that. Do you know what I mean? Because I was gonna get my daughter to ring up when I was on my way home and like cried on the phone and say, "I've missed you, Dad. I've seen you all day." Do you know what I mean? Trying to make them their own loudspeaker, trying to make them feel a bit guilty, like, and stuff like that. But it worked anyway, because in the end they were going, "Bloody hell, mate! I mean, you're laying it on a bit thick, aren't you?" I can't even remember what my kids look like. Do you know what I mean? And then they were like, "What are you saying then?" You went, "Oh, I can't believe you waited and all that." I'd be like, "Yeah, to be honest, mate," I'd wait, no, because obviously with the waiting time and all that, your fare's gone to 400 quid, hasn't it? Laughing. Do you know what I mean? And they'd laugh and all that, just dropping loads of little things like that. Like, but they gave me a little tip anyway, so I'm flipping made up. But do you know what, even if they didn't, I didn't really want to leave them standing at the airport. Because in my opinion, if I was flying in and my plane was 5 hours delayed, then I landed at 9:30 after my 5 hour plane delay. Then I kept on the plane for 2.5 hours. Then I got battled through thinking. I finally got in the car to a peed off driver that wants double the money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll be flipping. I'll be fuming, mate, if I was a passenger and that happened to me. I'll be fuming. Do you know what I mean? Because to be honest,
You're going to put yourself in
worst case scenario, you could WhatsApp the customer and say, "Listen, because of the delays, I do apologise. Can you please jump an Uber or Acne home? See you later." I'd
Yeah.
rather do that than charge a customer waiting time. I'd rather say, "Listen, the waiting time will probably equal Acne home or whatever. Sorry, get an Acne because we can't wait any longer." Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? By the way, someone said about parking charges apply. No, mate, this is not going into the. We're not in the airport. We're just waiting near the airport, so there's no
Wait
parking
outside.
charges. So the only thing that it's costing you, mate, is time and possible future jobs. And yes, Jim, Mark's a tool.
What?
He's just saying, I can't believe you're still doing the podcast and stuff when you've been up that early.
I know. I feel all right now.
Yeah, not all, but many customers do realise the time frame that sacrifices drivers makes for the return journeys. Yeah, not really a sacrifice. You know what I mean? You're not like flipping going to war. You know what I mean? Not like you know what I mean? Not like a Spartan
Sometimes it
going
is
to
like going to
battle.
war.
You know, it
It
does
is.
when you do the hours you do, lads. But yeah, no, I get but also technically what I was doing, I was waiting at the airport with one of the lads that I know, chilling with him, and it was sound. So it weren't terrible, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I do get you. A lot of people had follow-on jobs that they lost and stuff like that. But how often does it snow? How often are these crazy delays? Not very often.
No.
It's got to take it on the chin, haven't we? How
Yeah.
many times have you drove up to the airport and the customer's waiting for you? You grab them, you get them home, and you make a quick money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways, can you? You can't give a customer a refund because you were quicker to a certain degree. That's only my opinion, you know what I mean? Jim, great name. Is Uber still worth it, lads? I'm in the process of waiting for the badge, but it seems like everyone is crying about the fares on YouTube. I'll be honest with you, Jim. You're probably not going to get much different from us, but we'll try and be more positive. Right, guys? Let's all hit the positivity. Go. Who wants to go? Mark, Nick, who wants to speak? Go on.
Right, being on Uber gives you flexibility. And that's Mick's answer. He's buggered off.
Running away.
Mick's gone. Just to clarify, Jim, Mick did work a bit of Uber around his airport runs. Now Mick has gone to the local company. Because the thing with the local companies, Jim, is that they have full transparency. You know exactly how much commission you're paying. You know exactly how much per mile you're getting. You know how the system works. The closest driver in a zone or whatever. You know each job comes through is going to be within 2 miles to you or a mile to you, depending on the app. So it's a lot. Stop it, TikTok. So it's a lot of. So a lot of people like that. A lot of people like the consistency and the likes the consistency and like the transparency of the local companies. So that's why, as an example, Mick has gone back to local. Mark, you still do a bit of Uber, don't you?
Did it this morning. I like
Yeah.
it. I like
Yeah.
it. The fares are a bit poo, but my fares this morning, bang on. Like I said, I did 3 hours, did 100 quid.
Happy days.
4 while 7. That was even before the rush hour.
No, you can still make a living out of it.
Yeah, still make a living out of it, but you've got to get used to it. You got to get used to it. You get used to the areas.
Don't be coming out at 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon and saying, I'm not making me money.
You've got to play the game, haven't you? And also, Jim, as well, the good news about you just starting out on it, mate, is you don't know what it used to be like. So you'll come out like a fresh newborn baby, mate. A little fresh newborn Uber baby. And that's, by the way, that's what Uber wants. They want loads of gyms starting in 2025.
Yep.
Put on the app. Wow, money. Click. Pick up passenger, drop off passenger. I received money. Great. Move on to the next one. And that's what Uber wants, because it's what you don't know what you're missing out on. The most frustrating thing about people who's done it for years is they know what it's gone like. And that's the frustrating part. I'll see a job, and it might be a good job, and I'm going, 2 years ago, that was brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
One thing you need to be aware of, though, on Uber, you do a lot of dead miles.
Yeah. The mileage is so much higher on Uber compared to local. Like, so much mileage. That's why Mick's probably benefiting with the fuel saving in the bus. Because you literally go, like, 1 mile there, 3 miles, good rate. Where Uber might be like 4 miles, 5 miles, crap rate. Do you know what I mean? I noticed that a lot about the mileage on Uber compared to locals, mate. Jim, the best times of work, mate. I've got loads of content on the YouTube channel and stuff. Go subscribe there and check it out. But mainly, mate, it's mornings, evenings, midweek, and then obviously your nights and all weekends. Special events, football, concerts, stuff like that. You get extra traffic, but normally you are busy and consistent, matey. But yeah. Or just don't get on a private hire and go and do like Uber Eats and Deliveroo and Stuart and all them. Because they don't have the expenses that taxis do. So everyone's got loads of options. I mean, Amazon Flex Shift and all that. Do you know what I mean? I've been on Amazon Flex for years. I'm going to have a little look now, see if any box on Amazon Flex I can grab.
Sat in a Macklins the other day, just waiting for me coffee. It's just standing there. Delivery driver stood next to me. Me being nosy while he's scrolling through his phone. And you should have seen the amount of delivery apps he had on his phone. And he was just sitting there trying to get work off every single one. Flex popped up, GoPuff flopped up. Mackey's, Just Eat. He was just flicking through them all, just trying to grab himself work.
Yeah. Here you go, sat there, ready to be taken. Thursday, today, 1 p.m. till 4:30. So what's that? 3.5 hours, 55 quid. Delivering parcels.
Let's see if there's all around me.
That's what I'm trying to say. You grab one of them, you do a little bit of Uber Eats before and after it. You got similar money to the taxis, mate. But I'm going to do a video this week explaining the differences of the expenses between like Uber Eats and Uber taxis, because people aren't aware of how many expenses that they got. What have you got there? Show me. Go on. Put it back on the screen.
They're for some reason that's Leeds though, so that's
Yeah.
So
Leeds.
£37.50 for 2.5 hours.
Nice. Look at all them, lad. That's what I'm trying to say. There's other options. People always think I need a flexible job. I'm going to go to taxis. And I don't know why this mentality of it, it's mad. Do you know what I
Hey,
mean? Especially when
that
there's other
delivery
gigs out there.
driver's
Do you know what I
making a
mean?
killing, though.
Well, sorry.
I bet you that delivery driver who I've just spoke about making a killing, working for all these
Honestly,
different companies.
do you know what I mean? Like, I done all right on Uber Eats on my video the other day. Obviously, I done it for content, but I done all right, mate, on it. It weren't too bad. It weren't, like, terrible. It was a nice change, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Myself, personally, I think the private hire, it's a lot of expenses to get you going. And then there's loads of expenses while you're doing it. Where Uber Eats is what? You could do it on a pedal bike, you could walk. To be honest, you could jog, or you can get a cheap car, and all you need is food delivery insurance. You don't need private hire insurance. You don't have to get it plated. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to pay for any special MLTs or nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? Vicky's, but I watched Kev's video yesterday. He worked nights from Knowsley Road, Bootle to Formby by the station. £11.80.
Mate,
How
that's
far
good,
is
that
that?
for Uber.
How far is
I
that?
would put it about what? 9 mile, 8 mile, 10 mile, maybe
It's
more.
a bit less than that. Knowsley Road. It's just before Knowsley Road's just before the flyover to Waterloo. So that's good for Uber. That price.
Oh, no. Because Uber probably put you through Little Crosby up onto Fortin and then straight up the expressway, then back into Formby, won't it? You can't get into Formby straight up, can you? You have to go like,
I reckon that journey's about 6 mile.
I reckon about 8, 9 mile.
It's
Let's
short of
Google it now.
£2 a mile.
Knowsley Road, Bootle to Formby.
So if it's only 6 mile, that's just short of £2 a mile.
9.5 mile, Mick. Shortest route.
How long?
9.5 mile. I knew it was.
Show the route on the screen.
Yeah, because that's exactly
That
the
works
route
out.
it's shown.
That
The
works
route
out
it's
about
shown there.
£1.20 a mile.
Look. Wait, then I'm just sure there's nothing showing on my stuff. Look. Obviously, so you go up Crosby through Fortin, then you got to go on the and then back into Formby, you know. Yeah, 9.5 mile for 11.5 quid. That's the stuff you're dealing with, aren't you? What would that be on Alpha?
Why did he
And with the
even
Alpha
accept
apps,
that
yeah.
job?
What?
Why did he even accept that job?
Oh.
Who knows? Who knows?
Kev's cab's the yes man, eh?
See, the thing is with Kev, what I obviously I love him. I've watched him for years. He seems like a great guy. Never met him in person, but in my mentality, how could you go from Hackney prices to Uber prices? I'm assuming obviously he's busy and he's getting more work.
Well, he says, doesn't he? He says he's a lot busy on Uber.
Yeah, busier as in like wheels are moving.
Yeah, his wheels are moving.
Do you know what I mean? But how much would that happen on Hackney? 9 miles.
Outside your area as well.
Yeah, probably could have done 20, 25 quid on that, couldn't he?
Where's the boundary?
Well, Liverpool boundary is
Yeah.
only Anfield, isn't it? Oh no, because Bootle be Sefton. So no, that's within the boundary, wouldn't it? Bootle's Sefton and Formby Sefton, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it will be with the boundary. Oh, yeah, hello. Have you ever considered doing food delivery, Mark?
I did it during COVID, just after COVID, but it was called City Grab. So
City Grab.
Yeah, what it is, it was the biggest firm in Sheffield City who Vizu bought out. They brought out their own food thing. I did that just to tick over when I weren't doing my school runs and that lot. But I thought about doing Uber Eats, just for a laugh, just to. Don't know. I have done. Yeah. I've signed up to Amazon Flex, but I've not done any jobs yet. I wouldn't even know what to do.
Amazon Flex is sad. I used to do Amazon Flex before I
You
got
have to
on
wear
the
high
taxis.
vis and that lot.
No, you literally turn up. To whatever the showroom is. You turn up. Some places you got to show your ID when you drive in. They tell you where to pull up. and then they'll bring out your parcels and you load into the car. Some places you drive up, you walk in, you scan your arrival code, right? And then you tell you which trolley to grab. You grab the trolley, put it in your car, scan all the parcels. And when you go to the delivery, which tells you which delivery to go to, yeah, you scan all the parcels again, the ones that you're taking out your car, to make sure you're collecting the correct parcels.
Yep.
And you drop them off. You go to your next delivery.
All right.
Honestly. But there's different ones of Amazon Flex. You've got Amazon Logistics, which is your parcels, like your little brown boxes and your parcels.
Yeah.
So that's like, normally you get like loads of parcels and loads of deliveries. So you get like one big estate with like 40 drops and 40 parcels. It's crazy, like in and out the car every second. But the Amazon Fresh is more like a food delivery.
Right.
So that's what I normally do. And you normally have like 3, 4, 5 stops maximum.
So
and then you have a couple of bags on each.
They're all Amazon Logistics. So will that be parcels?
So scroll down. Is there any more on there?
Where's my mic? Where's my...
Yeah, so they're all Amazon and Logistics then, yeah?
Yeah, so will that all be parcels then?
Yeah. So if it says logistics, it's all the parcels. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
AZ's just come in and went, electric car or Elon Musk?
Is he back now?
Who? AZ, you back from holiday, mate, or are you still away? He's been away for about 7 years, hasn't he? What?
He's been on more holidays than Judith Chalmers.
Hey, George, fun fact, we bring it up while AZ's on. Fun fact for you, he actually got an Uber in, where was it? Egypt?
Egypt, yeah.
He got an Uber from Egypt and he tried to have him off. So be careful getting an Uber in Egypt. They were just trying to charge him extra on the app. Weren't they? They were like, no, it's like an extra whatever on the app.
One fact about AZ, he fell off a horse.
That is very true as well. AZ did fall off a horse. See, AZ's trying to wind Mick up there. Look at the electric car and Elon Musk, and he just come in with a quick. Yeah, AZ shared the video of him on a horse in Egypt. And then was it a horse or a camel?
It was a horse.
Was it a horse?
Yeah.
Or a donkey?
No, wouldn't be. You don't fall off a donkey.
Yeah,
They're going to be silly to fall off a donkey.
Kevin has.
What? Oh, stop it. Maybe be up to on the TikTok now. Hello, everyone watching on TikTok. I do apologise. We don't check in the comments and that, so if you are joining in and stuff, just come over to the YouTube. But we'll be finishing up not too long now. Guys, we've literally been on for an hour and 20 minutes, and my bum is numb.
I'm alright.
My bum's really numb.
You're a poet and you didn't know it.
I need to put a pillow on. I really need to put a pillow on. Because every time I come out here, I've got to come out here, by the way, I'm in the dining room, is because the dog is an absolute tool. And I can't go in the office with the dog. So the dog's now asleep on the couch. I can see her. She's asleep on the couch. But I've got to be in the flipping dining room, not in the office, until the dog grows up and stops being a tool.
Till the dog grows up.
What?
Till the dog grows up.
Honestly. How's your coffee that your wife sorted out with?
Oh, fantastic.
Was it? Yeah, mine. I haven't had a coffee. I haven't got no one to make it for me. Oh, don't. I hate him, you know. I hate him when he does that.
All I need now is a packet of crisps.
Did you know I can block you? I can mute you from here. Like, if a packet of crisps comes out, mate, you get muted instantly. Honestly. Oh my god. What are we on now? Hour and 20 minutes. What time did we start? So we stopped the first one at 45, didn't we? So do the math. How long is the second one going on for?
45. Nah. Yeah, the 5 minutes. Did we have a 5 minute? Yeah, 40 minutes and 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes. Second one.
40 minutes.
40? Yeah, because obviously 2:40.
We've been going 85 minutes.
Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But it was a good idea. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon it's work? By the way, I was busy with the school and I couldn't even prepare like a couple of ideas to talk about. And I still think we've done all right, haven't we?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, content-wise? Everyone who's watching now, let us know in the comments. Are you happy with what you have watched? Is Vicky still here? Because Vicky was the first person that's actually jumped in. So it'll be interesting to see if who's able to retain Vicky. But the only problem with Vicky is he's going to literally, obviously, he's already watched 2 full podcasts, hasn't he, in one hit. Vicky, you still here, Vicky? Vicky.
Hello.
No.
Is anybody out there?
Vicky didn't even say bye.
So, you know, if people join and say Vicky and then you say
quick, right? I went on TikTok that quick, mate. There's so many comments we didn't go through. Why didn't you just come over to YouTube, you melts? But one comments put Matty suspending from Uber for the coffee slip.
If only we could.
I know, only we could. Right, I think we're going to call it a day. We all done? I want another coffee and some dinner. Are you done, Mick?
I'm happy, yeah.
You happy, Mark?
Yeah.
You going out on Uber, Mark?
Yeah, I'm going to have some lunch and I'm going to go out.
Yeah. By the way, just to clarify, he was just tuning in. He hasn't been asleep for 7 days. 7 days and 7 nights. Honest to God, mate, you scare me.
I'm alright.
Okay, where are we up to now? Right, that's it, guys. I think we're all done and dusted. Thanks very much for tuning in. Obviously, you can listen on all the socials and Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and all that jazz. Much appreciated. And yeah, thanks again for Mark and Mick tuning in. Much appreciated as always. And yeah, Vicky's still here. Vicky, we got the thumbs up on Vicky. Come on, Vicky. Right, I'll catch you all later. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to drive to Sheffield to punch Mark's head in for that Slayer. And yeah, thank you for all tuning in. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Don't forget, when I stop it on this, I'm still live on TikTok, by the way. So I'm going to end TikTok as well.